My question is about something that came up where I think it was the chief showed, talked about how they didn't have this kind of problem with the flooding before the oil companies came in. So one of the things we saw was the canal that was built, which has also created problems for the city of New Orleans after Katrina, something that was built for shipping. But my question is it known whether or not the existence of the pipelines themselves do something to change, you know, the flow of the water? And then my comment is that it's so incredibly moving to me that they're there. You know, aside from their problems, which I really feel very moved by them wanting this recognition, which they obviously should get, they're witnesses. And in everything that they say about the changes that they've seen in their lifetime, if they had not held on there, you know, that is one piece of incredibly strong, powerful evidence of how human beings can change things within a generation. So I feel like I learned so much from the movie, and I also felt the movie had a very beautiful tactile quality to it, so that you could see things from their life that, you know, if they have to move, it's going to be a great loss. So thank you.
Well, I think there's no question that they do have to move, because the island will be underwater probably in about 5 years, or within the next 5 years. The consistent drilling is what has created these crevices in the land. If you saw the geographical picture, the aerial view, you'll see how the land originally was in the 1960s and how it gradually became carved up. So it's all of these canals that seep in and create saline and create salt water where it fertilize the soil that way, so that even the plant life is interfered with. And one of the things they're losing is their medicinal herbs. So that's another project that we're trying to work on. Are there more questions, or?
I just had one more question for you.
Because we have the time for.
Just one more.
Let's just wait until the end. We have. Okay, go ahead.
Just one.
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah, I was wondering, what are the plans for this movie? You know, where are you going to be screening it? Is it going to be shown on public television? You know, what is your ongoing role as far as, you know, this movement?
So the film, I'm really sorry, the compression on the DVD, the film should look quite beautiful, but the compression created a little bit of flickering there. So the film has been showing at film festivals. We showed at, we premiered at the New Orleans Film Festival. It screened at the Full Frame Documentary Film Festival, the American Indian Film Festival, variety of others. It is going to be on PBS in Louisiana, and we're working, fingers crossed, we're waiting to hear back from the national PBS system to see if they're interested. So fingers crossed on that. We'll hear back in May. And then a huge interest has been from universities, because this is now just such a new burgeoning field of study, climate change and environmental crisis. I mean, people think about climate refugees as being, you know, far away in the South Pacific and islands that people have never heard of, but people are really waking up now, especially with the climate assessment that just came out, that this is happening here in our backyard. And so we're trying to get the film to as many universities and educational community screenings like this as possible. And I'm so sorry that the chief was not here. He's been going with the film so that he can speak for the tribe.
We have a letter from him.
Oh, yeah, good.
But I wanted to make a comment to what this woman just said about them hanging on, holding on, because really they are witnesses to what has happened. And if we think about the change that has taken place in that land just from the 1960s, and look forward to the next 100 years, I mean, what is going to happen? I mean, it's really quite startling unless all of us band together, not just the tribes, but all of us, to do something about it. Okay.
I travel down on a train to New Orleans from New York, so I cut through the bayous, and I remember I've cut through the bayous taking the train from Pennsylvania Station to New Orleans. The Army Corps of Engineers has to have the plans. If they have the existing plans and they have documented the age and who was living there, which they have to have, then you have legal ground under the laws of the United States of America and the state laws that they were living there. It's in the fine prints of the support papers to the engineering documents. And if you can get a hold of all these documents one by one, collectively, with your film, and with what Kai has evidence of, I think that you might have some documents. The Army Corps of Engineers has an office on 34th Street, right opposite the Empire State Building.
Yeah, but I think the issue is that the Army Corps of Engineers is already carved out and left them out.
No. They have everything there. They have what they've carved out. You have to get the documents.
Yeah, I know.
I'll help you.
I'm not.
You get those papers, I will help you, is what
Okay,
I'm
well then
saying.
I will put you in touch with the people, with Teresa Dardar and the other groups that have been painstakingly working on this for a good number of years. Am I correct? To try to get this done.
With
I
my
just wanted-
background, I can help
I just
you.
want to take a minute to
They need
read.
all the help they can get, so.
Yes,
they-
absolutely.
They will appreciate that.
So I want to take a minute just to read the letter from the chief, and then we can start, and have lunch. This is a statement that he sent because he could not be present. I'm oftentimes asked by many people, how is the relocation coming? My general response is we are working on it. But if you want me to be honest, I think, and I think you do, that I will tell you we are optimistically working on it. That's what began as a dream for my people, is constantly growing, evolving, and changing into something that will be nothing short of a miracle for my people, for the children yet to come. Those I am working with to bring it into reality amaze me daily. I am thankful. Do I have the land yet? No, but only because processes are slow, especially for indigenous people like us. I am sure Vice President Al Gore feels the same way in trying to bring awareness to climate change. Look at how long people were calling him a crazy man for presenting the truth. I am hopeful that all of the discussion around the rights of indigenous people and climate change that has brought dire consequences for so many of us and many roadblocks to funding along with it will soon end with the conversation that they have begun, that laws will change and that all people will be respected, that this will finally be the time for all discrimination to end and for real conversation to begin around the toughest of issues, that we all should have the right to clean air, clean water, and a clean environment for the nourishment of our bodies. Laws should not be written to reinforce discrimination. The time has come to truly treat all people as equal, yet unique by birth. We should leave no one undeserved. We should make no one less important than the man beside him. No one should be disposable nor unbeneficial to save. At the end of the day, federally recognized or state recognized doesn't matter. The color of our skin doesn't matter. We all breathe the same air, eat from the same ground, drink from the same water. We are all in this together. And at the end of the day, we are the people. And I do appreciate his optimism. He was really amazing that he could write this letter. So please,
Before we start, before we open up the lunch for everyone, my name is Harriet Sugarman. I'm on the board of the Mothers Project. We just have a small donation box at the end that is for the children of the tribe. We are collecting, as Angela had said, for the children, and it's there on your way out. If you feel so moved, please help us. Okay, thank you.